coming crawling through the midnight camp. My hands were shaking, hard, worn thin, felt the weight of every mile I'd been. Sky was heavy, full of unspilled rain, and the gravel whispered every old mistake by name. That was the night I almost turned around, when the dark fell deeper than the solid ground. But a quiet voice rose up inside, said, "Son, keep going, don't you run and hide." Yeah, the night was cold, but grace was found. The night I almost turned around. Saw a shadow, no moving where the fence line bends. Thought it looked a lot like my past again. All the wrong roads, all the burned out years came riding back with a saddle full of fears. But the engine hummed like a steady friend, and the good Lord whispered, "This ain't your end." That was the night I almost turned around, when the truth cut deeper than a wounded sound. But a spark of hope lit a trembling flame, and the dawn broke through, calling out my name. Yeah, the night was rough, but I held my ground. The night I almost turned around. Maybe every man meets a midnight wall where the shadows rise and the strong ones fall. But faith ain't loud, it's the quiet spark, a single lantern in a world gone dark. And sometimes that's enough, just enough to keep driving. Sunrise bled like fire through the pines, painted gold across the broken lines. And I felt something shift deep inside, like the weight rolled off with the morning tide. Now I carry that night like a scar that heals, a reminder of the truth a weary cowboy feels. That was a night I almost turned around, but the light broke through without a sound, and the road stretched out like a second chance, like a slow redemption in a sunrise dance. Yeah, I'm riding on with a soul unbound from the night I almost turned around. Morning creeps soft on the old dirt lane, sky still carrying the night's last stain. Boots hit the gravel with a steady beat, and the world wakes up beneath my feet. Ain't no rush in a life like mine, just a slow burn truth in the rising shine. Out where the quiet winds begin, with a soul breeze out and the day breeze in. No heavy words, just a humble grin. Riding the road where the quiet winds begin. Got a saddlebag full of yesterday's trials, but the sunrise cuts them down to size. Faith ain't loud, but it's always near, like a softly spoken friend saying, "I'm right here." And the engine hums like a gospel tune, while the shadows fade in the light of noon. Out where the quiet winds begin, the soul breathes out and the day breathes in. No heavy words, just a humble grin. Riding the road where the quiet winds begin. Maybe peace ain't found in town. Maybe it's found where the dust settles down, where the heart beats slow and the miles feel kind, and the Lord walks close just a step behind. There's a long stretch coming where the pines grow tall, where the echoes answer when the night birds call. And I'll ride that line till the daylight ends, with a worn out voice and a pocket of amens. 'Cause the road's been rough, but it's treated me fair, and the quiet winds always find me there. Out where the quiet winds begin, where the soul breathes out and the day breathes in. Ain't no burden I can't outrun, with the good Lord's grace and the rising sun. Yeah, I'll keep riding through thick and thin, out where the quiet winds begin. Yeah, the sun's barely crawling over them hills. Road's still cold, but a man's gotta keep moving if he wants to meet the day halfway. Got an old map folded in the glove box tight, lines like wrinkles on a weather light. Coffee steam rising like a Sunday prayer, and the Lord rides shotgun in the morning air. Dust kicks off as the wheels roll slow, and the gravel hum stories only angels know. 20 miles of morning light, faith still burning through the night. Ain't no choir but the engine's tune, ain't no preacher but the fading moon. And I keep driving, holding tight, through 20 miles of morning light. Saw a coyote cross where the fence line bends, like a ghost of the past I ain't seen since then. Memories flicker in the mirror behind, but the road ahead's got a different kind. Every sunrise paints a brand new start, even for a tired, dust-covered heart. 20 miles of morning light, where wrong turns fade and hope feels right. Ain't no sermon, just the wheels that spin. Ain't no burden I can hand to him. I keep driving soul upright, for 20 miles of morning light. Maybe grace ain't thunder, maybe grace is small, like a warm breeze whispering you'll rise after you fall. And I've fallen plenty, but I'm still here, still driving, still singing, still holding on. There's a river up ahead where the willows lean, where I learned as a boy what forgiveness means. Granddaddy's voice echoes soft and low. Sun storms will come, but storms will go. Now the clouds break open like a parted sea, and the sunlight lands gentle right in front of me. 20 miles of morning light, road dust dancing in the sight. Ain't no darkness that can hold me down, ain't no sorrow gonna make me drown. 'Cause I keep driving, heart ignites, to 20 miles of morning light. Past a farmhouse porch with a dog asleep, past a rusted barn where the shadows creep, past a memory lane where I used to roam, past the thought of a woman I once called home. Life's a long trail mixed of joy and pain, but the wheels keep turning like a steady refrain. Saw a hitchhiker wave with a hopeful grin, told him hop on in friend, where you headed in? He said anywhere's better than where I've been. I said brother, I know that feeling within. We rode in silence for a mile or two, then he whispered, man, I'm starting new. I nodded slow, said we all try. Some roads heal, some roads lie, but if you keep moving, you'll find your sky. 20 miles of morning light, 2 lost souls riding in a ride. Ain't no choir but the wheels that sing, ain't no crown but the hope we bring. And we keep driving side by side through 20 miles of morning light. Sometimes strangers share the same road. Sometimes strangers share the same road. And sometimes that's enough. Dropped him off where the red dirt meets the pines. He waved goodbye with a peace that shines. And I rode on slow with a lighter soul, like a Lord patched up what the night once stole. Sky turned gold like a promise kept, and the road felt warm where the shadows slept. 20 miles of morning light, heartbeat steady, spirit bright. Ain't no fear in the dawn's embrace, ain't no shame in a wedded face. And I keep driving, feeling right through 20 miles of morning light. Now the sun stands tall on the open plain, and the miles behind don't feel like pain. They feel like lessons carved in stone, like a Lord saying, son, you're never alone. And the road ahead glows soft and wide, like a gentle hand on a cowboy's ride. 20 miles of morning light, guiding me through the darkest night. Ain't no choir but the angels hum, ain't no doubt where the strength comes from. And I keep driving, holding tight the 20 miles of morning light. Yeah, 20 miles behind, a lifetime ahead. And the good Lord riding with me every step of the way. Yeah, sun pops up like a spark in the sky, and my old truck roars like it's ready to fly. Boots hit the pedal, heart hits the beat, and the gravel starts dancing underneath my feet. Got a wild little grin and a soul set free. Yeah, today feels bigger than it ought to be. I'm kicking dust, chasing fire, riding high on a worn-out tire. Wind's got stories it wants to spin, and I'm all in, yeah, I'm all in. Life's too short for a slow desire, so I'm kicking dust and chasing fire. Radio crackles with a back road tune, and the sky's wide open like a silver spoon. Every mile shouting, boy, don't wait. So I'm running with the sunrise, feeling great. Got a pocket full of hope and a restless stride, and a good Lord smiling on this crazy ride. I'm kicking dust, chasing fire, riding high on a worn-out tire. Wind's got stories it wants to spin, and I'm all in, yeah, I'm all in. Life's too short for a slow desire, so I'm kicking dust and chasing fire. Maybe I've stumbled, maybe I've bled, but today I'm running where the brave ones tread. Hearts beating loud like a gospel drum, and the road shouts back, come on boy, come. Saw a hawk fly low with a fearless glide, and it lit something wild on the inside. Now I'm laughing hard at the wind sharp bite, feeling more alive than I did last night. Yeah, the world's wide open and the day's brand new, and I'm burning bright like a match struck true. I'm kicking dust and chasing fire, riding high on a worn-out tire. Wind's got stories it wants to spin, and I'm all in, yeah, I'm all in. Faith in my chest like a live wire choir. I'm kicking dust and chasing fire. Moon hung low like a broken lamb, cold wind crawling through the midnight camp. My hands were shaking, heart worn thin, felt the weight of every mile I'd been. Sky was heavy, full of unspilled rain, and the gravel whispered every old mistake by name. That was the night I almost turned around, when the dark fell deeper than the solid ground. But a quiet voice rose up inside, said, "Son, keep going, don't you run and hide." Yeah, the night was cold, but grace was found. The night I almost turned around. Saw a shadow moving where the fence line bends. Thought it looked a lot like my past again. All the wrong roads, all the burned out years came riding back with a saddle full of fears. But the engine hummed like a steady friend, and the good Lord whispered, "This ain't your end." That was the night I almost turned around, when the truth cut deeper than a wounded sound. But a spark of hope lit a trembling flame, and the dawn broke through, calling out my name. Yeah, the night was rough, but I held my ground. The night I almost turned around. Maybe every man meets a midnight wall, where the shadows rise and the strong ones fall. But faith ain't loud, it's a quiet spark, a single lantern in a world gone dark. And sometimes that's enough, just enough to keep driving. Bled like fire through the pines, painted gold across a broken line. And I felt something shift deep inside, like the weight rolled off with the morning tide. Now I carry that night like a scar that heals, a reminder of the truth a weary cowboy feels. That was the night turned around, but the light broke through without a sound, and the road stretched out like a second chance, like a slow redemption in a sunrise dance. Yeah, I'm riding on with a soul unbound from the night I Sun pops up like a spark in the sky, and my old truck roars like it's ready to fly. Boots hit the pedal, heart hits the beat, and the gravel starts dancing underneath my feet. Got a wild little grin and a soul set free. Yeah, today feels bigger than it ought to be. I'm kicking dust and chasing fire, riding high on a worn out tire. Wind's got stories it wants to spin, and I'm all in, yeah, I'm all in. Life's too short for a slow desire, so I'm kicking dust and chasing fire. Radio crackles with a back road tune, and the sky's wide open like a silver spoon. Every mile shouting, boy, don't wait. So I'm running with the sunrise, feeling great. Got a pocket full of hope and a restless stride, and a good Lord smiling on this crazy ride. I'm kicking dust and chasing fire, riding high on a worn out tire. Wind's got stories it wants to spin, and I'm all in, yeah, I'm all in. Life's too short for a slow desire, so I'm kicking dust and chasing fire. Maybe I've stumbled, maybe I've bled, but today I'm running where the brave ones tread. Hearts beating loud like a gospel drum, and the road shouts back, come on boy, come. So a hawk fly low with a fearless glide, and it lit something wild on the inside. Now I'm laughing hard at the wind sharp bite, feeling more alive than I did last night. Yeah, the world's wide open and the day's brand new, and I'm burning bright like a match struck true. I'm kicking dust and chasing fire, riding high on a worn out tire. Wind's got stores it wants to spin, and I'm all in, yeah, I'm all in. Faith in my chest like a live wire choir. I'm kicking dust and chasing fire. Night rides in on a whiskey moon, slow and low. My shadow keeps company where the tumbleweeds go. Guitar on my knee and the embers breathe. I sing to the dark for the peace I need. The roads behind me hum like an old refrain. Names and faces drift through the dust and rain. A crooked smile, a promise I broke. All the little sins that the daylight spoke. Under the whiskey moon I'm honest and true. A raspy prayer in the hush of the blue. I ain't perfect, but I'm trying to be one slow step closer to what's left of me. There's a chapel of stars where the coyotes cry, and a hymn rides the wind when the night goes by. course I've known. Let the road forgive what I've sown. Met a preacher with a laugh like rain. Said, son, you're carrying more than pain. So I laid down my pride by the riverside. Let the current teach me how to ride. Under the whiskey moon, I'm honest and true. A raspy prayer in the hush of the blue. I ain't perfect, but I'm trying to be one slow step closer to what's left of me. Heard a voice in the dark say, keep on, old friend, not to run from the night, but to learn how to mend. So I lift my head, let the cold wind in, feel the mercy roll like a drum on my skin. Morning will come with its honest light, showing the edges of a long, hard night. But I'll saddle up with a softer hand, right toward the place I can finally stand. Under the whiskey moon, I'm honest and true. A raspy prayer in the hush of the blue. I ain't perfect, but I'm trying to be one slow step closer to what's left of me. So if you see me passing by, don't look away. I'm just a worn-out rider finding his way. Under the whiskey moon, I'll sing it through. A little grace for the road and a sky that's true.